What's up, guys? Tarrix here. Hey guys, Tarrix here. If you don't like wind-up loops, if you don't like that stuff, just go away. Click away from this video. There's no need to even dislike it. Don't use that. Don't spend the time it takes to dislike the video. I'm making this because a lot of people actually don't realize it, but I'm using it in two ways actually to do these loops. One way is I can learn about how the loops work, and I learn how to play against those loops also. So I think it's definitely, you have to know all these combos, all that you can actually get out for what you can play against, and definitely how you play against those combos. And definitely Wind-up is the strongest deck right now. We see Wind-ups topping everywhere. All regionals, they top just, yeah, it's insane almost. So there are 3 loops that I wanna make. They are all OTKs, but they are all in different ways. We got the standard Magician Shark. We got the Magician Shark plus bouncing one with a kitten, and we got a tour guide plus a shark or factory, it doesn't matter which one, combo, and I'm gonna show them all, and yeah, so don't look at this video if you don't like the wind-up loops. That's just ridiculous. So the first loop I want to go into is the standard Magician and Shark loop. For this you'll need 1 photon prepair. I guess I can show here. First off, you make 1 photon prepair. Next up, you make zenmaty carrier. As the third, you want to go into a utopia. And for the last one, the best option I would say is going into Giga Brilliant. This will get you to make 9,100 attack damage. So it's pretty cool. Let's get into it here. Alright, you normal summon Magician, special summon Shark, which will trigger Magician's effect. Magician's effect special summons another Magician. Shark's effect down to 3, which will trigger the Magician. The Magician summons a rat in defense mode, because he has 2 summon in defense mode. So next up you overlay these 2 for a rank 4, which is Photon Prepair. Now Photon Prepair's effect, activate that one, detach 1 to put rat in attack mode. Now rat will activate its effect to get out the Magician. Now you go for rank 3 with these 2, because the Shark is obviously rank 3. So the second, whoops, there we go, which is a carrier. Carrier's effect, activate. With the carrier, you take a Magician. You could take a Shark also. It doesn't really matter which one. It just has to be a level 4. And now the Magician's effect will also trigger, which will get out. Oh, so, sorry, I made this wrong, because with the carrier you get out a rat in attack mode, and with the Magician you get out the Magician. That's right. Sorry. Now you wanna make a utopia with these 2, with the 2. Obviously it could be a Shark also. It doesn't matter. Wanna make the utopia, and you still got 1 Shark in your graveyard, which basically you use rat's effect, get shark, and you make your 4th exceed and use its effect. So you got the OTK right there. Just to show you here, if you can see, I don't know if the lighting is good enough, but you got 28, so plus 24 plus the 21 plus the 18. So basically you have 91. So 9,100 damage. There we go. Alright, so that's the first one. Now onto... Hey guys, so this is the... I don't know what number take on this. I don't know why I just keep messing it up. But this is the the second loop, which I have here for you. It's the Magician Shark and bounce 1. Basically this gives 8,100 attack points or damage, plus you can bounce 1 monster of your opponent's side of the field. So shall we get right into it? So you start off by normal summoning the Magician. You special summon the Shark, which triggers Magician's effect. Magician doesn't get triggered, sorry. Magician's effect activates, special summoning another Magician. Let's take some here. This has used its effect. Now Shark uses its effect to take it down to level 3, which will trigger the other Magician, which will special summon a rat. Now these 3 have used their effects, so I'm gonna overlay the 2 Magicians to make a Papilloperative. Papilloperative effect: detach 1 Magician to put your rat into attack mode. Rat uses its effect to get out the Magician, which you detached for the Photon Papilloperative. So now you're gonna overlay these 2 because they're both level 3, so overlay them to make a carrier. You detach 1 to special summon a Magician. Now this Magician's effect activates its effect. It's the one you got up with the rat, so it still hasn't used its effect. With it you get out a Shark. So remember, this Magician, which you just got out, it hasn't used its effect. It's this one which used its effect. So what you do is you want to overlay these 2. It's a level 4 to make a Zenmeister. Zenmeister using its effect, putting the carrier down to face down defense position. This will trigger. This will not trigger, but Magician's effect, the one you got out with the carrier before, which hasn't used its effect will activate to get out the last Shark. With these 2 you overlay them to make another Photon Papilloperative. Detach 1, put your carrier to attack mode, use carrier's effect to get out a kitten, and bounce 1. Let's see if it's all in the camera. Yes. So that's basically it. I mean, it requires quite a bit, but if your opponent can't stop it, it's game. It's game right there. But as you can see, it requires triple Magician, triple Shark, 1 rat, and 1 kitten, plus a huge amount of the exceeds actually. Not a huge amount, but it requires 2 Photon Papilloperative, which I haven't seen many being running, not even the kitten, but I really like it. I actually had several situations where my opponent went first turn tour guide into Utopia, no, into zenmates, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So I decided to main the kitten. After all, in the deck profile, I have actually kitten is not a main, but it will be at some point. I just don't know when yet. So, but yeah, that's the loop number 2. So there we go. This lovely combo. You can actually end with quite some different fields with this combo. All you need is basically tour guide with the target in your deck, and obviously a lot of the monsters in your deck also. But yeah, let's hop right into it. I don't know how long this video actually is, so all right. Especially because I'm taking this in different takes and all that stuff. So tour guide into tour guide, making a carrier. Yeah, I failed quite a few times. I'm just gonna talk about that. Okay, carrier's effect, and remember you have a shark in your hand, or you will get it with the factory. So let's take it this both ways, what you can actually do. So let's say you have shark in your hand. With the carrier, you special summon magician. Now you wanna special summon the shark. So that's the one option you have here. The other one is if you have a factory on the field. Instead, there, you activate the carrier's effect, which will trigger the factory. Now we want to make it 2 and 1. So first, as you always change resolve backwards, you add up the shark. Next, you special summon the magician. So the last thing that happened was the magician getting summoned, which allows you to special summon the shark, which will then trigger. So basically, yeah, you get the point here. With the factory, it's just in the way, so I'm gonna take it away. Here. Alright, so shark was special summoned because the last thing that happened was magician getting summoned. Magician's effect. You wanna special summon another magician. No, yeah. Then you put sharks. With shark's effect, you put him down to level 3 or level 5. It actually doesn't matter with the shark, which will then trigger the magician's effect. With the magician, you take another magician, the third magician. So basically, you have to have 3 magicians in your deck. That's the main point in this. So these two have used their effects, so you want to overlay them to a Zenmeister. Let's see. Yeah, it is on the camera. Zenmeister effect. You want to take a shark. This will also no. Yeah, it doesn't matter because you actually don't have space with for this magician's effect. So you could have taken a shark, I guess. But yeah, let that be up to you. You'll want to overlay these two into a photon papilloperative. Detach one. And with the Zenmeister, you obviously flip down your carrier. Now photon papilloperative, flipping the carrier, Zenmeister carrier, which will then use its effect to keep in mind you have 4 monsters in the field, so getting red out now would be dumb because you would just have to overlay them. But you can obviously you can do that. But what I would take in this situation mostly would be the red. With the carrier's effect, you could also take Hunter if your opponent. If you're unsure if he's gonna survive, you can use Hunter's effect once and then overlay to a level 3, like a Zen mains afterwards, if he does survive. But I like taking Rabbit because Rabbit is just such a strong option, but you got OTK here. So that's with the tour guide. Let's just calculate this here. So we have 14 plus 21 plus 900 because it got reduced with the photon preparative, which adds up to 44. Now we plus 15 with the shark and plus 22 with the Zenmeister. Basically what you've got here is 81, as you can see. So 8,100 damage with this combo, which basically all resolved about this tour guide and a shark, or a way to get a shark up the same turn. So pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed watching these different videos, and don't tell me you watched the whole thing even though you hate them and you don't like loops and you hated the video and all that stuff, because I warned you in the beginning. So but yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching my wind-up video. I will be posting a deck profile at some point, I guess, of my deck, how I play them, how I like play them. So I still got some testing to do with them. So yeah, thanks for watching.